as an actor, you live for something like that in a television series. In a television series, it's easy for them, the writers and the producers, if they can put you in a little box, your character, and say he's what the evil sister or the evil brother, or he's the bad doctor, or because it's easier to write an ongoing serial if the characters are not moving forward, backward, out of focus, in focus, who the stories. And because Joe, as he said, saw this in the whole thing in one big kind of arc, to get a character that was moving. I mean, when Londo starts, as I said also in the beginning, he was a guy who was stuck in a corner. He was in a lot of trouble. He's drinking a lot, gambling a lot, very unhappy, very disappointed where his, he was a super patriot, as you know. In later seasons, you get a sense of how vulnerable he is about his people and his patriotism. It's in a lot of ways his Achilles heel. But to have him like that at the beginning, and then for Joe to take him, have him rise up to such power, and then turn it so wonderfully and keep turning the character, was really, it was a treat as an actor, and it was fun to do. It made it so much more interesting. I mean, we would get the scripts, and we were as excited as the fans when they watched it for the first time were to see where the show was going. We'd get a new episode and say, wow, this is fun. This is interesting. I didn't think it was going here. All I can say is that the arc was, it made it a great character for me. It made it really fun. It was enjoyable to do. And I thank, I said in the first part, I'm happy to get any work as an actor, because I know it's a tough business and all that. So I'm happy to play whatever they're paying me to do this week. But it's wonderful when you get good writing and a character that has nuance and grows and change. And that was really fun for me. That was wonderful. It wasn't a burden. As I said, Londo was, to be him on the set was a little tiring occasionally, and I wanted to get away from him a little bit because he's a pretty intense guy. As I said, he's not a chill guy. There's no chill. He's not a Mimbari. And what's Bill's character's name? Lanier. He doesn't got a lot of Lanier in him. So I needed to get away from him, but I love that Joe changed him and had him grow and change.
And you mentioned that writing and that intensity. I think that's one of the things we've commented on a little bit, is even in the scenes we've seen, and there's some great ones coming up, particularly in season 2, where both yourself and Andreas have probably some of the most intense performances and scenes and dialogue. There's this one scene where I know you're in the council chamber and you just scream, you want something done now, and just that's the power on that scene. And you even mentioned in the elevator scene that we cut you off on because we're not there yet, but that was another just incredible scene. But the intensity of it and what both of you put into those roles.
Blake, as I told you, Andreas and I auditioned together, and we were friends and knew each other and kind of went into it. And one of the things we talked about with Joe early on was that he was less interested in he was kind of afraid when we did the pilot that he was going to be the bad guy for the whole thing. And I was going to be a buffoon, or I don't know what I even thought about him at first. So we loved the idea that Joe made them go like this and kind of pass each other. And my character became in set 2 and 3 darker, and his more enlightened and lighter, right? So it was great. We both loved that. And we stuck together as 2 actors, as 2 friends. We even negotiated our contracts together. And I mean that seriously. So, we traded off our place in the credits at the beginning and things like that. So we stuck together because we understood, both of us understood, this is, you might be able to find a higher paying job at that time, but it certainly was good writing and fun to do for us both.